Hello, all you beautiful people. Welcome to another episode of Life Theories. We got the whole crew with us today. Cortez is back from hiatus. So welcome, Cortez from Spiritual Needs TV. It's really good to have you back, buddy. We got Jay from WW Health and Journey of a Whitefeather, and Diana, of course, from Trailblazers of the Universe. And I'm Sarah, our small Sarah Big Soul. And this is an episode of Life Theories where we are going to talk to you about the big major shift we are all feeling. There's a lot of chaotic energy coming up that we're all noticing. We're noticing a lot of turmoil, a lot of big density ready to be released and being released right now. And we're all just feeling it. So we're here to talk to you about that today. And hopefully we can share some insights with you and help you get through it.
I don't think I've ever felt energies like this before. It's very intense and it's very in your face, man.
Yeah,
and
you know how Jordan Peterson was always saying you got the inner animal within you, and the inner animal should come out. You shouldn't lay down and take it, right?
Yeah.
And it's not being cruel or anything to anybody else. It's actual, like, I keep going back to the lion protecting their pride and stuff like that.
It's crazy you are saying this, Jay, man. Because go on, I ain't gonna cut you. Go on.
I won't take it too long, but I'll put it this way: it can be used, and you can control it, and it has power. Because I've done it a few times this week. Holy shit! And it's everyone's got their own entity in it, and now I know why I'm attracted to. I call him Demon Boy. Don't take it the wrong way, ladies and gentlemen. Now, they go, this is going to happen. I go, all right, and you just believe, you know how you, and it basically comes down to when you manifest, you're thinking, okay, let's talk about money because everyone knows about it. Say you see $1 million, right? Mm-hmm. You're going to win the lotto. They go, visualize winning the lotto, right? Okay, that's fine. But when you visualize winning the lotto and it bloody well happens, and you know within, and you've got this built up inner knowing that's going to happen. It's happening. You go, don't doubt it. It's going to happen. Don't doubt it. That's what it's. All these downloads I've been getting said, do not doubt whatever's happening now. Don't doubt it. It's happening. Everything is happening. I'm freaking out because I've never been with that kind of belief in what's coming through with me.
Yeah, I get what you mean. My manifestations have been good and bad manifestations, I may add. I have been sped up. Like sometimes it's instantly, whether it's something to tell me to stop thinking about that thought, or whether it's something to say, yeah, that's a good thought you're thinking about. But I don't know. It's because we're divinely connected, and even the deeper we go into our traumas and our healing process, the deeper we expand our awareness and consciousness. Yeah. So we're able to connect to different ethers and different dimensions and bring in that sort of information into this realm. And I think that's what's happening on a global scale, but a lot of people may not know this. This is what I mean. A lot of people are just now starting their awakening process.
God help it.
I know.
God help you.
So many people.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, please comment down below if you're going to go through what you're going through. We've been there. We've been there, ladies and gentlemen, so we can also help you. So please call 0055 LifeTheory.com.
It's an ongoing process. God. It's not nice to awaken to what's going on in the world now as a spiritual being. I wouldn't like to wake up now. Fuck that.
Oh no!
I'm glad it came in levels. Yeah,
look at Sarah. Oh, yeah. Look at Sarah's face.
What was you gonna say, Diana?
Well, it comes in levels for everybody, right? So obviously, we all had maybe the first stage of our spiritual awakening a while ago, but now we're just at deeper levels. But that whole shock that we had, like, you remember the shock you've had at first. They're getting that shock now. The people that are just that we had years ago, right? And along with all the energy shifts and we even have 12.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's.
and
I don't know if I would.
You're gonna have a mental breakdown,
that.
dude. You're gonna have.
I would have a nervous fucking breakdown.
Hey, I already have.
I'll tell you what else is
I
happening.
know
I
people who are in the midst of mental breakdowns.
I do too.
Like-
Yeah.
You can't explain it. It's something you need to feel for a start. It's not something you can explain, especially if it's your twin. You can't explain the feeling. And another thing is, no one can tell you anything, even if they don't believe you. To be honest with you, it doesn't really matter, because the feelings for each person is different, and
I just wasn't sure. I just had a lot of
Yeah,
questions.
100%.
I was like very skeptical. I just didn't know. I was open to the
100%.
idea, but like I sure in hell didn't think I was gonna meet one. Like I was like, I'm good being alone.
Knew.
I was like, I'm on my own. I was like, I don't need anybody. I got done with this guy, and now I'm like, bam, dude.
But that awakens many things within you. That literally kickstarted a lot of my spiritual gifts.
Inner child stuff too, and like I feel very intuitive. Like I actually have feel like I have more spiritual. Like I actually can feel
Honestly,
more. It's another level of awakening, dude. It's a whole nother. And like all my inner child wounds, like it brought up stuff that I thought I cleared, and it's still bringing up some stuff from the past, very deep. I'm like, oh, and I brought it with him. It goes both ways. And there's like this mirroring thing going on, and we have similar life experiences.
Love it. I love it. I might do a video on it actually now. That's really good. We should all do a video on it. What about you?
Shouldn't we?
Honestly,
we should. Yeah, we should.
Yeah, dude. We should do a specialty on. Yeah.
A special TF.
Because do you want to know what? Once upon a time, it was really rare. But now it's becoming more common, and I don't know if it's because people just jumped on a bandwagon, but you know when you...
No, it's not bandwagon, it's not this energy.
I'm not saying that, I'm just saying that there's a lot of people that... Because don't forget, you get false twins. Like, I had a false twin before I met my real twin, and I truly thought my false twin was my twin. Do you know what I mean? And she happened to be my false twin, but if I didn't...
What's the definition of a false twin there, Cortez? Because for the viewers, what do you consider a false twin?
A false twin is like, it's same level as a soulmate basically, but with a little bit more energy behind it, because it is your soulmate, and it can resemble a twin flame relationship, but it's just not basically. And she actually ended up liking the opposite sex, so it wasn't. But we happened to. I tell you what, it's a funny story, because I think I spoke about it in my videos actually. She was, her parents were in a cult, right? And she was abused when she was younger, she was put in just like in a cult, and she was abused. So she grew up with trust issues, and she grew up cocooned, and a lot of her abusers happened to be men of color, right? So she grew up with this hatred for black men, and I happened to meet her in the gym one time, and I don't know what it was, but she just let her guard down, innit, basically. So we just started talking that, but in the end of it, we just ended up being really good friends, right? And that's all it was. But if it wasn't,
what was the lesson, mate? What was your lesson?
My lesson was that literally prepared me to meet my actual twin, which was Brooklyn. And if I didn't actually feel, because I felt certain things, but it wasn't what I felt with my actual twin. So it was.
What was the difference, mate? Because let's just go with that. Because what it is, a lot of people go through that, right? Especially with us, we're more evolved. Okay, not being arrogant, ladies and gentlemen, but we are. Because we've gone through the shit. What do you think? Because people have these epiphanies and stuff like that, right? And then they come up and go, right, I've met my soulmate, I'm 100% sure, but they don't realise that they're still emotionally involved in it. They're not letting it happen not letting it flow. As they say, let it go, let it flow, right?
It's exactly the same. But the only difference is it doesn't work out. And it doesn't work out because it's not your real twin, but it prepares you. It's like if I didn't go through that, then maybe I wouldn't have recognized the energy when I met my real twin, because it was like similar energy, but it's hard to
Excuse me.
explain.
I'm getting a bit of a download right now about this, actually. I feel like false twins, like what Cortez is saying, it prepares you for your real twin. And what the interesting thing, the thing that helped trigger this download, Cortez was saying that she was afraid and very intimidated by men of color, but Cortez was able to get her out of that fear and out of that shell.
You just gave me an answer to it.
I
crazy.
think now that false twins, you share that strong twin-like connection with them because they are supposed to come into your life to help you acknowledge and heal and release something that will no longer serve you to reach the higher states of love. So perhaps her real twin is a man of color, but in order to accept that, she had to have a stepping stone to really, really get out of her fear and embrace love. Yeah. Definitely, like, that's what lately I've been looking at, and it's like following the breadcrumbs, following the things that it's like the lessons that maybe you didn't even realize were lessons, and just following back and like sort of there's a saying called walking back the cat, and it's like walking back, like going back step by step to see, you know, what actually impacted your life, what didn't, and like looking at the big lessons in your life and seeing like where are the breadcrumbs in that actually got me to where I am today. What are the little trails that my life and my subconscious has been following? What are the patterns that keep popping up in these different scenarios where I've really learned something or really grown or really like achieved, or anything that's big in your life that you were saying, like, you know, this is either the best thing since sliced bread or the worst thing. When you really look at all of the aspects around those scenarios, like there's always little indications that this is going to be significant in your life. And like looking back at it all and piecing it together. Mm-hmm. Is that what you're like talking about?
Yeah,
and
pretty
just,
much.
Because following
yeah,
the breadcrumbs to be like, oh, okay, yeah, this was actually a good thing in my life.
Yeah, that's right. What you said was 100% right, because you go, I've done a lot of not overanalyzing, but coming into this new energy, okay, and then the revealing of what's happening within the world and people not coping, but also, you know, the veil coming off and understanding, and you really do a lot of reflecting on the last so many months of what's going on. And look, being around all of us has made it easier, but it also has made it harder in a way, because not harder, but where it's like going to school. You're learning. It's a school of life, really, isn't it? What we're doing, like, and yeah, it's just like, fuck me, mate. Yeah,
it is a school, and there's lessons within lessons and lessons, and like,
wait till you laugh, mate. Wait till you get on camera.
Rabbit holes.
Yeah,
like every day is a fucking rabbit hole, man. For me, a rabbit hole.
Oh, there you go.
That's life. That just, it is what it is.
Yeah, man.
Hey, Cortez, Sarah's now officially the White Witch of the group. I told her she was Raven. I've had premonition. We've got Starfire over here. I've been calling it.
I'm even practicing alchemy now, guys. Like, I'm getting
alchemy, Galaxy Girl, and we got Mr. Strong. I'm trying to work out exactly what yours is at the moment, but you're like, there's still the. I always call you Batman, the Dark Knight. Yeah, because I just see you as this person who can do everything. Like you are Batman. That's why I said you are bloody Batman, mate.
That's been a good chat, man. Honestly.
Yeah.
Good to have you back.
I know. I said I'll be here. Like I said, do you know what? It's hard to get a grip on life at the moment, and I'm just trying my fucking hardest at the end of the day, and I'm not putting any pressure on myself.
Yeah.
And now I've got a quite good time of work now, so I've got a little bit more time to focus on myself, to focus on my YouTube channel, to focus on setting up this business that I've wanted to be setting up for ages, just to focus on what I need to do, man. And because I'm putting in the work, and because I'm actually doing really well internally. Like internally, I feel fucking fantastic, but externally, it's you know, like when you're just in the middle and you're just waiting for everything to match how you feel inside. So there's some lessons to be learned still, obviously, but we're getting there, and I'm just not forcing it. I'm just going with the flow. Taking
flow
it
over
day.
force. I always say that. Flow
That's
over
it,
force,
man. Day by
it's so
day.
much easier, man. Like we put all this pressure, but I'm like, all you do is burn yourself out and cause a lot of suffering and like anxiety. But if you just go with the flow, like certain things are gonna, like, everything's always changing. So this might fall apart over here. You might have this bad thing, and it's not always bad. You learn something from it, but you see that everything's connected. This had to happen, so this could happen. It's all connected. If you just allow it, that like you can't control anything anyway. So if you can just accept that you have no control, I mean, you can change the way you respond to things. You can be the best version of you. That's all you can be, and just let everything flow. Like, just do the best you can do. That's all you can do, you know?
I feel like we're just getting tested. These last little tests are like, right, because don't forget, when winter comes, what does that represent? It represents us going within. Everyone goes inside, they close their curtains, they snuggle up on the sofa, and they just go in. It represents hermit. You're in a hermit. You're finding out so much things about yourself when you're emotionally purging. So winter's just like, right, let's get all this shit that don't belong emotionally inside of us out. And then when the summer comes, it's like, right, here I am. Do you know what I mean? Like the butterfly. So it's just, we're just in that stage of, in our cocoon, really getting down to the nitty gritty of just our traumas and what we need to release. And then once we do this, like, and I'm releasing things that I didn't think I would be able to release.
Yeah, same. Yeah, it's like the last leg. It's like the last leg.
Yeah.
Like.
Oh my God, I'm so proud of myself,
dude. It is. It's
and
the
it's
last
just like,
leg.
yeah, and it's like, listen,
that's it.
If you want this, here you are.
Yeah.
You can have it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But you're gonna you're gonna be tested.
Yep.
And you're gonna go through this, and you're gonna go through that.
Thanks.
But this is what needs to happen in order for you to get to there. Do you know what I mean? And if we can just hold out, guys, and just really just,
we're on the right path. You just have to keep going, man. It's just like I think right now it's more. It's not even taking a step. It's more like, what else do you need to let go of? It's more like letting go of more. It's not even doing more, actually.
No.
Like I'm in the brain. I'm in the mindset of like, I need to do this more. Actually, I'm already doing enough. I just have to let go of a couple more things.